Hi, this is how to create a self-paced Kahoot and add it to your LMS. This is part 3 of the micro-learning lesson series on Kahoot, and now I will walk you through my micro-learning lesson plan. The target audience of this lesson plan are online instructors. They could be K-12 teachers or adjunct professors or college professors who use Google Classroom or Canvas LMS. This lesson plan will be delivered online asynchronously, and I'll be using Articulate Storyline to design and develop it. The learners can use the Kahoot app from their smartphone or mobile devices, and or they can also go to kahoot.com from any web browser to complete the steps or process of this lesson. And then they can add the Kahoot challenge, which they will create at the end of the lesson, to either Google Classroom or Canvas LMS. The plan features 4 instructional strategies: gaming, gamification, direct instruction, which includes the 4-step process of modeling, direct instruction, guided practice, independent practice. There's also compare and contrast, and finally graduated difficulty. Okay, now let me walk you through my lesson plan. So the first slide that the students will see, they'll hear a hook connecting this lesson from the previous lesson, and then they will see the learning objectives, which you see on the screen. Okay, now we go to what is a student-paced game and why. So on your left, you will see a definition paragraph, and on the right, there's a video that the students can play. And this video explains the benefits, the functions, and features of the student-paced Kahoot. This is a good example of the UDL principle of multiple means of representation, because on your left you see text, and then on your right you see video with audio narration. After watching the video, the students can play a game, and this is actually an actual Kahoot challenge. That way the learners or participants can experience the Kahoot challenge mode, and this is also a good way to review the key concepts presented in the video and the previous slide. This instructional strategy that you see here is gaming or gamification, because the learners have to earn points and win and compete with other participants. Now the students will learn how to assign a student-paced Kahoot challenge. So the video here has audio narration, and it models the steps, and also it contains tips and specific instructions that directly teach the learners how to complete the process. So the instructional strategy applied in this slide right here is direct instruction, which includes modeling and direct teaching. Now we have our second knowledge check, and for this knowledge check, the students have to put the steps in order. So this is a summarizing task. Okay, so now we move on to the third learning objective, how to add Kahoot challenge to LMS. This is a good example of the UDL principle of multiple means of engagement, because it allows learners to select from 2 options. They could choose to learn and complete the activity for Google Classroom or Canvas LMS, whichever is relevant to their workplace or interest. The video tutorials also allow for learner control. Learners could adjust the speed, volume, and add subtitles or captions to help them better understand the process. And then they move on to guided practice, which is also part of the instructional strategy, direct instruction. Here, the students have to do a simulation activity. So basically, they just follow the instructions, that they see on the screen. For example, click the play. That way, they can practice the steps on how to do the Kahoot challenge. And then last, they'll get to the assessment section. The first part is a drag and drop interaction. And this is to review, the features and functions or benefits of the self-paced Kahoot challenges. The instructional strategy applied in this particular slide is compare and contrast, because as you see, you have 2 columns here, and then you have features and functions that you have to sort out. You have to figure out which which ones belong to the self-paced Kahoot mode and which one belong to the live Kahoot quiz. The second part of the assessment basically fulfills the learning objective, which is to create a self-paced Kahoot challenge. So they have to follow the directions here, and they'll have to copy and paste the Kahoot link that they actually created from their account, and then they click the submit button. The last activity is an optional LMS activity, and this is for independent practice. Again, it's part of direct instruction, so here they have to follow the directions, and again they have two options. They could do the Google Classroom option or the Canvas option.